Good morning students, welcome back to ABPS online classes. So today we are going to see about the different types of the fluid. In last classes what we have discussed in fluid in dynamics. So in fluid dynamics there are two types. One is the streamline motions and another one is the turbulent motion. So in streamline motions what we have seen, the velocity at any particular point it should be a constant that we have seen in the streamline motion, and for that we have seen that examples. Can you remember that the equations of continuity? From that what we have get the final answer is area into velocity, which is equal to constant. That means if area is increases means the velocity is decreases. So according to that equations of continuity you got that answer. Is it? Yes. So what is the second dynamic of fluid dynamic? The second dynamic is turbulent flow. So why it is called as the turbulent flow? See here, when the speed of the moving fluid exceeds the critical speed. In last classes itself I have discussed about you what is the critical speed. So what is the critical speed? The speed which exceeds the particular velocity, that is called as the critical velocity. Because I have explained in streamline motion, in center and also the corner of the band it must go some velocities. So when it exceeds a particular velocity means that velocity is called as the critical velocity, and it is denoted by letter Vc, So in turbulent flow, when the speed of the moving fluid exceeds the critical speed, the motion becomes turbulent motion. So the velocity in here, the velocity changes both in the magnitude and also the directions. Okay, can you got it? So first of all, what is the turbulent flow? Here the speed, when the particle speed exceeds the critical speed, that it is called turbulent flow. Here the particles in the fluid motions are not to be constant. It must be different for different particles, and it does not move in a curve way, and it also the velocity varies both in the magnitude and the direction from the particle to particle. So hence the particles cannot be moved in a straight line, that is streamline motions or laminar motion. So that conditions it shows that flow is called as the turbulent flow. So hence the particles do not move in a streamline path. So according to that point, the particles cannot be moving in a laminar path or streamline path. Okay. And next one, what is that? The path taken by the particles in a turbulent motion becomes erratic. What is called erratic? See, if you are seeing when in a calm water, when you drop a stone, what happens? A ripple is formed now. That it is called as the world-like circles are erratic. You can that called as the eddies or eddy current. Okay. So see here, when the velocity varies means it varies according to the particles to particles. So it shows in a rotational motion. It looks like ripples or eddies. You can say simply it is called as the eddies. Okay. And third step, for that I have explained one simple example. Injecting a jet of ink. See here, when you are taken that, see when the velocity of the fluid is very small, the ink will move. See here, the ink will move in a straight line. Okay. If you are injected, you are using that. You can in small ages, in junior ages now, we can use it one. Small injectors we are using now. So for that just we have fill up the ink. Okay. See here, when the velocity of the fluid, let us consider because that's a liquid now. So I am saying that fluid is very small means how does that ink will move? It moves in a straight line. This line, this motion is like. See, when the velocity is increased, see here when you are applying the pressure, that is force into area. So when you are increasing the velocity means it flows like a turbulent motion. Turbulent motion means it looks like a zigzag motions. It looks like a disorderliness. It is not in a straight motions. It must maybe move in a streamline. That is not move in a streamline. It must move in a zigzag positions or disorderliness positions. So that disorderliness and next the motion, that it becomes a zigzag motion. So this flow is called as the turbulent flow. This flow is called as the turbulent flow. Can you understand? Yes. In the next topic, see I am giving you the examples for the turbulent flow. So for that streamline, how it can form? It looks like a laminar motion. It looks like the velocity must be greater than that of the critical velocity. That is the one word question. Okay, see here what I am observing in my last one word test in our school lab. Some of them didn't prepare for that one word. Okay, is it? Yes. Hereafter I will send the PDF for each and every lesson. Okay, if you need any other notes, any other lessons, any other things, materials that you need, means please call me. I will be forward you. Okay, and also I just commonly forward some daily. If I will give some five one words to you with solutions. Okay, you just go and prepare for it. Whatever you are observing, whatever you are understanding the theory is very good only. But if you are practicing the one word only, it is easy for you to do that one word. Okay, and only one boy only got highest marks. Remaining students will got as usual only. So I am not expecting this. You have to improve yourself, and you can do it. You always have the capacity to do it. So please utilize your capacities. So for that, I will also help you. Okay, hereafter I will send you just 5 one words with solutions. You can just go forward and do the one words and do it yourself. Then only it will be practice for you. Okay, don't go for the Google and search the answers and click it. Okay, just do yourself and click the answer. It is very easy for you, because all the students will have the capacity to do the one words. Because when you are in our class, we are observing only theory and we are going forward to write only the theory questions only. We are not concentrating on one word. So it is very difficult to click the one word in our school lab. Most of the students' suggestions is. So hereafter I will give like that. If you need more than that, means you can message me. I will give for you one words, materials, everything. Okay. See, and next one is the examples also. See here, these examples is not in your book, just I will give to you. It is based on the equations of continuity, because just now we have seen about the motion, fluid dynamics. Fluid dynamics, what is called turbulent flow, what is called streamline flow, and keep it in your mind that streamline flow is also called as the laminar flow, and also the streamline laminar, and then another one name. So these are being named, you should be considered for as the streamline flow. Okay, is it? Yes. The next one is the example. This is for the equations of continuity. So what is the answers? You get it in equations of continuity. That is area into velocity is equal to constant. That is called equations of continuity. In see here, I am reading the questions. In normal adult, okay, the average speed of the blood through aorta, that is they given the radius. What they are given the radius? 0.8 centimeter. See, when you are reading the questions, means note it. It is in the centimeter form. What is the unit for distance? Meter. So you have to convert this centimeter into the meter. Okay. And 0.33 meter per second. So from the aorta, the blood goes into major arteries, which are 30 in number. So each of radius is 0.4 means calculate the speed of the blood through arteries. So this is the questions they are asking. Okay. See what is that? So first end to second end. So what they are giving according to equations of continuity, in first end A1 to V1 to 30 times to the second end. So 30 into A2 into V2. So what is the A? A means what is A? A means area. What is the formula for area? Area is equal to pi r square. So in the first end means it is related, the subscript is denoted as 1. Why I am denoting the subscript 1? Because these are at the first position. Okay. So at end A. So I am denoting that A is equal to pi r1 square into V1, which is equal to 30. What is the A2? What is the A2? You got it here. Pi r2 square into V2. Pi r2 square into V2. So from that I am getting that answer. So V2 is equal to. So I need to find the velocity, the speed of the blood through arteries only. So I need to find this velocity only. So I am taking this velocity as the left hand side, and remaining term I am taking the common outside. See here, this is a pi, this is a pi. You can cancel now. So what is the remaining? That is 1 by 30 R1 divided by R to the whole square into V1 because we are going to find the V2. Okay. See here. So from that, what is the V2? Therefore V2 is equal to 1 divided by 30. R1 value they are given as the 0.8 into 10 to the power of minus 2. 10 to the power of minus 2 meter divided by R2. What is the R2? R2 you get it is 0.4 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter into what is the V1? They are given the velocities now. What is the velocities they are given? So 0.33 meter per second. So when you are, see, cancel all those values now. See, you can cancel these values and 0.4 means 0.2 the whole square, therefore it comes to 0.4 and then again cancel with this 30 and multiplied by 0.33. So you can do for your own calculations. Okay, let us take your paper and pencil and note it these questions and write it. Okay, and next you can find the answer of velocity. Okay, and see students, hereafter what I am planning to you, hereafter you can focus on our exercises. Okay, because exercises lots of sums is there. Daily I have given that homework in that group. We have focus on exercise sums. Daily first 1, 2. So it's your must homework. Whether I am giving or not, that's your duty to do the exercise sums and questions. Maybe it is a question, means you can go for right answers. Maybe it is in a problem, means you can go for that problem. Okay, but you have to take 1 and 2 daily. It's a daily note. Took one physics notes, new note, and go for that. You can start from this chapter because this is a new chapter now. Chapter 10, mechanical properties of the fluid, and take it and take all those things. Okay, when I am going to see means I will just check your note what you are doing in that note. Okay, see, so this is a sum. Okay, so they take your note and do all those sums, then go for preparation. Then only it is easy for your understandings. Okay, so V2 is equal to 0.044 meter per second. And also one more thing, in that problem you could mind of the unit because velocity is meter per second. So if it is acceleration means meter per second square. So you go to concentrate on unit. They are alerted mark for the unit also. Okay, so I hope you understand what is called turbulent flow and small simple examples. Okay, and next topic we are going to see about that one important. In last sessions I said now what I told. One is the equations of continuity and another one is the Bernoulli's theorem. So what is called Bernoulli's theorem? What is the principles what we have used and what is the definitions for the Bernoulli's theorem? So these things we are going to discuss in the next class. Okay. See, next topic is the pressure, kinetic and potential energy of the liquids. See, these are not in your book, but when you go forward to the Bernoulli's theorem, according to the Bernoulli's theorem, the final conclusions will write according to that potential, kinetic and pressure energy per unit volume. So for that purpose, I just explained how it will be, how you got that equations. Okay, let us consider a streamline flow. That flows means that must possesses potential energy, kinetic energy and pressure energy. Is it? Yes. So what is the kinetic energy general formula? The kinetic energy general formula K is equal to half mv square. The kinetic energy general formula is half mv square. So when you are taking the kinetic energy per unit volume, you can ask me why not you are taking that kinetic energy per unit volume? Because see, what is the Bernoulli's theorem? In 1738, Swiss scientist whose name was the Bernoulli, who has proposed the incompressible fluid, that is law, according to the law of conservation of energy. Because in equations of continuity, we have focused on the conservation of mass, but here we are focused on conservation of energy. See here, what you are taking here, that is pressure energy, kinetic energy, potential energy per unit mass in an incompressible non-viscous fluid, it remains constant. So for that I am taking that. Okay, see here, this will be useful for your 1 month. Okay, so the kinetic energy formula K is equal to half mv square. So from that, according to that, when I am taking this kinetic energy per unit volume means what is that answer? So what is the kinetic energy formula? That must be divided by capital V. Is it? See here, so m divided by capital V. What is the m? M is the mass. And what is the capital V? That is the volume. So mass by volume, which is equal to density. It is equal to density. That is 1 by 2 density into V square. So noted it. This is the V square. Small v is the velocity. Noted it here. Small v is velocity and capital V is the volume. Capital V is the volume. Okay. For your understanding purpose, please differentiate both the V. Okay. So m by v into V square. So 1 by 2 into rho. So what is the mass by volume? That is the mass by volume is called as the rho. That is called as 1 by 2 rho into V square. So this is the kinetic energy per unit volume term. Okay, and what is that? It must possess kinetic, potential and the pressure. So next we can go forward the potential energy. So what is the potential energy formula? The potential energy can be written in the form of mgh. So that is a general formula, mgh. In order to find the potential energy per unit volume. So per unit volume means what is the formula? So I am divided by V. When I am dividing by V, what is the answer? Mass by volume. So mass by volume means you can easily written in the form of the density. That is called rho. That is rho into G into H. Therefore, the potential energy per unit volume can be written as the rho G H. Okay. And third thing, what is the third thing? What is the pressure energy? The pressure energy formula can be written as the pressure is equal to force by area. The pressure is equal to force divided by area. From that, okay. See, you don't know the pressure energy now. You can know what is the kinetic energy, what is the potential energy, but you doesn't know the pressure energy. So for that only I am deriving here. See here, generally the pressure formula can be written as the force by area. Is it right? Yes. So from that what I am doing here, take a force term. So this is a force term. Force is equal to pressure into area. Force is equal to pressure into area. So what is this pressure into area? See here, I am multiplying by displacement on both sides. I am multiplying the displacement. See here, this is the displacement. Displacement on both sides. Okay. So what I am getting the answer? That is force. Force into displacement, which is equal to pressure area. That is PA into D. PA into D. From that, you can take the P. P is the pressure term, and this A into D now, you can take this A into D. What is called A into D? A means area. D means distance. Area into displacement. That is area into length. What is called? Can you say? Yes, volume. So you can write W is equal to PV. Why I am writing W? Because you know that what is the general formula? Work. Work is also called as the energy, which is also called as the force into displacement. So you can easily write that is W is equal to PV. Therefore, this is called as the pressure energy. So what I am doing here, that work done time W can be replaced by EP, because here the EP is called as the pressure energy. Here the EP is called as the pressure energy, which is equal to pressure into volume. So this is called as the pressure energy. Can you understand now? See, once again I explained to you what is called pressure energy. So you know that what is the general formula for pressure? Pressure is equal to force by area. So when I am considering about the force means force is equal to pressure into area. So next step what I am doing here, multiplying by displacement on both sides. So why I am multiplying by displacement by both sides? In order to get the energy, and also you can remain it. Energy is also called as work. Recall all those things. Just you forget now. We are discussed these all things in units and measurements. Okay. So take it up. Energy is equal to work, which is equal to force into displacement. Can you got it, ma'am? Yes, write in your papers or book. Okay. See here. So you are multiplying by displacement on both sides. Therefore, force into displacement. What is the general formula? Force into displacement. You know that is called work done. W, which is equal to what is it? That is pressure, and area into distance. That area into distance can be written as the volume. So I will take it as the volume. And finally, what I am doing here, because I am talking about pressure energy, so I am taking that W and replace that E. That E also is a pressure energy now. So to instinct that pressure, so I am putting that EP. EP is equal to pressure into volume. EP, which is equal to pressure into volume. So this is the general formula, you got it. Okay. So now I am finding the what is the pressure energy. Okay. See, next step you are going to see about the pressure energy per unit volume. The pressure energy per unit volume. So pressure energy per unit volume means what is the formula? That is EP divided by volume. So when I am dividing PV by volume means what is the answer? That is the P. See here, PV divided by volume. So VV cancel. You cancel the both V. And what is the answer? You got it. Pressure. Therefore, the pressure energy you got it here. Pressure energy per unit volume. Note it, mark. Pressure energy means PV. The pressure energy per unit volume volume can be taken as PV divided by V, which is equal to V. So these are the when the liquid which is flowing in a streamline, it possesses kinetic energy, pressure energy, and also potential energy. From that, I have just calculated what is the kinetic, potential, and pressure per unit volumes. Okay. And next topic, the new topic and also an important topic, that is Bernoulli's. In 1738, this is scientist who come forward to find this theorem according to the law of conservation of energy. So according to Bernoulli, what he told, see here, the sum of the pressure energy. See, you have noted now. What is this? The sum of the pressure energy, see, potential energy, and then kinetic energy. Potential energy plus kinetic energy, and also the pressure energy. You can say that pressure energy. Okay, pressure energy. So these are always per unit mass, often incompressible. You know that the incompressible word, it can be used again and again in our topic. That means the pressure is a constant if the volume has not been reduced. Okay, see here, the volume has not been reduced whenever you are applying the pressure. That is the meaning for the incompressible non-viscous fluid, that remains constant. So that formula they are given. See here, that is P by rho plus half V square plus G hat, which is equal to constant. So how will you write this formula? Because we know that what is the pressure energy, what is the kinetic energy, what is the potential energy. If you are putting that manner, you can get these values should be a constant. So here they are asking, so instead that I can explain what is pressure, kinetic, and potentials. Okay, see here. So what is that kinetic energy? See here, first what is the options I got it here? That is half rho V square. See, I am writing now. See here, what is the next step? Rho G H. See here, the next step rho G H. And what is the third step? P. Okay, it's P. So these are the constant. Is it right? See, this you can write this step also. You can write this step which is equal to constant. That is also the correct one. But what they are doing here means dividing by rho on the equation. Dividing by rho on the equation. See here, when I dividing the rho means what is the answer? Rho cancel. So you get the answer is half V square. And see here, when I dividing by rho by answer means GH. I am getting the answers. And again dividing by rho means what you are getting? P by rho. So the capital P, that is pressure divided by density plus half V square. Here V is the velocity plus G into H, that is acceleration at a particular height, is equal to constant. This law is called as the Bernoulli's theorem. This law is called as the Bernoulli's theorem. Okay, I hope you understood, students. And next class I am going to derive about the Bernoulli's theorem, how we will say these terms are to be constant. Like the equations of continuity, you can take one pipe at a particular height, and when the fluid is accelerated from one end to another end, what is that work done? What is the force? What is the pressures? In step by step I am finding, and conclusion answers I will be provide this type. P by rho plus half V square plus GH is equal to constant. We will see on the next class. Okay. I hope you understand the today's sections. Having any doubt, please ask me. Okay. Thank you.